Daily Broadside, day 647. Have you ever noticed that whenever you see a white dude with an Asian female, it's always like the same composite of the same guy? You know what I mean? And it's very similar to the type of thing where when you see a white guy driving a Mercedes station wagon, it's the same type of dude. Like you could throw them in a lineup of like 100 people and you wouldn't be able to discern one from the other. Very facsimile of one another. And I don't know what that's there. I got nothing wrong with dating Asians, marrying them, whatever. It's great. I got no issues with it, whatever. I just find it very strange that y'all are all so similar looking. It's just very, it's weird is what it is. It's a common word that I like to use. It's just strange, and I don't really know how to put my finger on it. And the Mercedes things ain't much different. Show me anybody that drives a Mercedes station wagon, and particularly the older ones. I don't know if they still make them, but the like 80s, 90s, whatever. You see that guy driving that, that's the same type of dude that goes and feeds feral cats on the weekends. Tell me I'm wrong, And if you were bored and you're like, God, what do I watch? There's so many things that just suck out today. I need a good show to latch my teeth into, It's called Clarkson's Farm. The new season just came out, and you don't even have to be a Top Gear fan. You don't have to like cars, nothing about it. But God, it's a good show. It's a little scripted at times for, obvious reasons. You got to play it up and whatnot. But for the most part, it's a very in-depth look into British farming and local regulations that try to put their thumb on the local man who's trying to do the right thing and do a little bit of farm to table farming. But it's so great. It shows you the cycle of life and the birth pangs and the death and everything that goes along with farming, with sheep and cows and pigs and just rapeseed oil, everything that they grow. It's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. And I'm this close to starting a colony of bees on my property as soon as I figure out where I'm going to put them. And it just stoked my fire a little bit more, but I can't stop watching it. It's just such a great show. I've been waiting for this new season for so long. So if you're looking for something to watch and you love life, it just gives you a very Anthony Bourdain-esque feeling about the universe. And Jeremy Clarkson's just a funny dude. He was always my favorite one on Top Gear and all. I saw my second Tesla truck the other day, and it's riding down the highway, and I got to tell you, Tesla trucks are very similar to women with like extremely large breasts. I'm talking cartoonish breasts, K-cups, you know what I mean? K-cups, Keurig titties, as I like to say. I just made that up, so I don't really like to say that, but I will starting now. You got Keurig titties, and everybody's like, damn, look at those Keurig titties. That must be horrible to haul around. Good God, where does she get bras and the back pain, and she's got to have surgery one day. It's going to kill her. It's that kind of thing. When you see a Tesla truck, you're like, oh, man, they're so much wider but shorter and silly looking, and you look like a damn idiot. Everybody's got to be staring at you. You've got to just have that because you like everybody look. That's the same thing, right? And it's completely impractical, like a Keurig titty, right? A Keurig titty, you look at a Keurig titty and you're sitting there, like I'm using this as like a common phrase, like I've been using it my whole life. You look at Keurig titties, and I've been with a couple girls that have not exactly Keurig titties, but like one step down from Keurig titties where you're just like, this is fun and all, but God, that's got to be the most cumbersome thing in the world. And it's completely impractical. You can't jog easily. You can't work out easily. You can't even do a handstand without knocking yourself out. I mean, there's so many things in the universe that just are not conducive to Keurig titties. And it's the same thing with the Tesla truck. Yeah, it's really quick and really fast and all that, but it's just not a very practical machine. I can't imagine having to drive one of those things. It's just, they're so dumb looking, but yeah, you can't not look at them. But I've only seen two, so I guess once they get a little bit more commonplace, as it were, I'll probably be a little bit more whatever. But this past Saturday, I think it was, Saturday, oh man, I stumbled upon like the greatest place in the world. Top 3 foods I've ever had in my life. And it was in such a quaint little district of a nearby town that I love going to. It's just got great restaurants, and I've stumbled onto a new one. And man, it was awesome. Is it a poke bowl or pokey? Why do I feel like it could be either one? I'm going to call it a poke bowl because I'm American, and I'm probably going to bastardize everything I say. But poke bowl. And I had a Hawaiian poke bowl. Oh, man. Wonton noodles, sesame rice, chicken, I think it had some papaya in there, pineapple, avocado, sriracha, like a, mayonnaise aioli type of spicy, whatever, Oh, it was so good. Then I had some kimchi fries that had like barbacoa on them and all kinds of sriracha, and they were so, man, it was insane. And then I went next door to a little bar that I've been wanting to go to and had some overpriced cocktails, but I had an old fashioned, as I tend to do. And I decided that my favorite part of an old fashioned is eating the fruit. I love, cherries. I was telling somebody the other day, like, let me go off on a tangent. So Chick-fil-A's got this new, I could be saying this wrong, but cherry berry blast or some kind of like frozen lemonade cherry flavor, right? And it looked awesome. I didn't get one, but I just saw a poster somewhere as I was riding by there or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that looks pretty good. But cherries are very, they're very like hot or cold fruits. When I was a kid, I wouldn't touch a cherry. If you gave me like a sundae or something with a cherry, throw that thing in the woods for some woodland creature to find and snack on. Like, what the hell is this beautiful thing? Because they probably would have enjoyed the cherry. Me, not so much. And I wouldn't have eaten, what was that cherry ice cream that had like, black cherry ice cream where it had like chunks of cherry? No chance I would eat that stuff. Now, I love a cherry. I've got a thing of cherries in my house. They're kind of like gourmet cherries. I'll just sit there and eat cherries, man. Just like the president that we lost that ate cherries and milk and then got sick and died. I could be that guy. But nevertheless, I'll die happy because I like cherries. In fact, now, if I get a sundae, that's my favorite thing. I'll ask for other people's cherries. How about, you gonna eat your cherry? You eat cherry? 3 orange whips, right? So I'm all for cherries. Hip, hip, hooray. Anyway. I even had a Cheerio, Cheerio, a little stupid game with little buckets with cherries, and it seemed like it had a big tree in it. Anyway, it's not important. It's not what we're here to talk about. The cherry is a very discriminating fruit because it's very, there people either love it or hate it. There's not really, you get a peaches and cream, if what's it called, Chick-fil-A did something like that, oh, people would be flocking in droves. The dumb line would be out the door. But cherry, people can like, so what am I talking about? Why did I get on this band? So I get into eating the old fashioned, right? I say eating because I ate the cherry and then I even ate the zest. The zest was drenched. I ate a lemon zest, and typically you don't do that, but I was like, screw it, let's see what happens. And I got to tell you, if I had a restaurant or like something that served alcohol, I would have as an aperitif or something, I would just have a bowl of muddled fruit. Like, you should just take a bunch of fruit and soak it in whiskey. And then just eat a bowl of fruit with whiskey, like a light thing of whiskey at the bottom, kind of like you're eating a bowl of cereal. And man, that's a good way to consume alcohol right there. Is to just eat it with a spoon. It doesn't have to be like floating in the stuff, just enough to, it's been soaking for a couple days in some concoction of Jameson or whatever you put in there. I don't care. But the point is, muddled fruit is where it's at. And the fact that we're using the word muddled. It's just such a cool word. I bet that has a British etymology as well. But yeah, so there's that. So muddled fruit, yes. Tesla trucks, no. Keurig titties, okay for a while, but I'm praying for you.